Good afternoon and welcome to Loftus Versfeld for our Carling Currie Cup Round 11 final game between the Vodacom Bulls and the Sigma Lions. It's a glorious day here in Pretoria, and of course there are many people, I say of course, people are starting to flock back to rugby. There's the weather forecast, a very, very light wind that's out there. Still pretty warm, but of course it is late afternoon, so both teams will welcome that in this Yuxke derby. So the Lions come here with a number of players that have been playing in the URC, the United Rugby Championship, just to strengthen that somewhat. Burger Oudendal before them, that one could suggest is a little bit stronger than they've been up to now. With 8 matches that they've played, they've lost all of them. And perhaps that pack of forwards of theirs has got a lot of work to do today to overcome the Vodacom Bulls, who've shown up front that they really are a powerhouse. And if you have a look at their forwards, they're captained by Lisa Koboko, and Bismarck du Plessis starts this match. Very often he's been brought on as a replacement, but there's some real youngsters in both of these teams as well, and one would like to look out as well for Johan Mostert at scrum half, rather fly half for the Bulls today. Still a youngster with a lot of talent, and Stedman Gans, of course, has also played for the Blitzbokke, and it's good to see that he's over his injuries and back in the swing of things again. Blue Bull in training, beautiful. Well, if you look at the people there, is there some level of trepidation amongst this crowd? What are their expectations? What do they think could happen? Well, maybe we got a nice little opportunity for a fight there. So we're just waiting for the teams to come out right now. Doing that, it's a good opportunity to introduce my fellow commentator today, Andrew James, more commonly known to all of you as Butch James. 40 Test. Looking at this game, so much has been said about it, and perhaps the question that I would like to throw to you is, could the first 20 minutes of this game determine the path for either team?
Yeah, I think the first 20 minutes are going to be vital, especially for the Lions. I think they are coming as favourites on paper. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about them bringing their URC team, so they will definitely be going onto the field as favourites. Although, in saying that, they haven't won a game in the Currie Cup. The URC, they're at the bottom of the log, so confidence-wise, they don't really have that belief at the moment. So maybe that doubt will sit in with the Lions, and who knows, we could end up having a really, really tight game. John Smith's obviously, he's picked the Bulls by 5, but I think it's going to be a little bit tighter than this evening.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I do think it could be a very, very close game, this. So it remains to be seen. The Blue Bulls overcame Griquas, who are often their nemesis, and with their last out victory as well, which was important to them too, and they play with a lot of pride. But so does this Lions team, and they've perhaps been a little bit unlucky, and we've heard from John Smith a little bit earlier too, that at times they've maybe been a little bit unlucky, the bounce of the ball or whatever it might be. And they come here, they haven't always travelled well to Loftus. One's got to take that into account too, but maybe the Bulls are ripe for the plucking.
Yeah, you're quite right. Loftus has been saying that the last 2 weeks. I think they've been pretty unlucky not to get a win, the Lions, especially against the table-topping Cheetahs. I thought that was a really good game, and one, if they had got the bounce of the ball, they could have come away with a win. And that's
wonderful to see so many young people, excluding that man in picture right now, that are in either team getting their opportunities to play too in the Currie Cup. We've seen plenty of guys coming through as well from Varsity Cup, etc. So Griffin Colby is our referee today, with Morne Ferreira and Glenn Buerta, and then Christy Dupree in the TMO box.
Yeah, he touched on Bismarck du Plessis. I think it's awesome that we've been able to get all these experienced players back from overseas to come in, play not only in the URC but also in the Currie Cup. That's where these youngsters are going to come from, and to have that sort of experience around is only going to benefit.
Yep, it's wonderful to see, you know, guys. Bismarck's 37 years of age at the moment. Guys of that age still plying their trade, and of course helping the youngsters too. There's no for them.
Advantage.
Taken up by Van der Berg, and then the kick forward. They're going to come back to a
All right.
for a penalty.
Number 11, changing lanes. No.
Bella Makwena for obstruction.
Yeah, initially when I saw the advantage, I thought it was just for a knock-on from Swanepoel, but in fact there was a bit of obstruction. An interesting call, straight to the corner the Lions go. Very kickable, that penalty, especially for Hendricks' ability. Yeah, very obvious obstruction.
So Jaco Versaghi also drafted in from the URC Lions squad. That'll be going to Europe during the course of this week. Good throw, good start.
One stop.
Very.
Yep.
Can they determine which way this game goes? Van der Berg. Not the best of passes on that occasion, but they look to clean up. The good thing with Quan Horn as well is that he spends a fair bit of time in the back line, which helps to open up things for them too. That's Franke Horn. Now Van der Berg. He's having a very good season, Morne Van der Berg. Cemented that position at scrum half. And then a losing team, he's been a real standout. John Mostert, another prodigious talent in South African rugby. Very tall boy for a fly half. In fact, he could play lock. He's 1.93.
I think a lot of these backs nowadays can. But yeah, not the best initial attack from the Lions. But once they got to that first breakdown, I thought the little break from Van den Berg, who fed it on to Horn, was a great little snipe, and some promising attack there from the Lions.
When you spend a lot of your season defending, you forget how... He's a very positive player as well, is Morne van der Berg. That's good ball at the back of the line out for the Lions. Woodendal just setting up things and taken up by Roan Dreyer. Solitary Springbok in the side. They're getting enough possession right now, the Lions. Ruben Skumanu taking it in. Oh, that little inside pass could work so well. But there was a knock-on from the Lions, so the Bulls will have an opportunity to take some breath.
Initially by the Lions. So luckily that ball didn't go to hand. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have come back to have a little look at that. A bit of a trying to mix it up a bit, so that's good to see. A lot of the passes maybe not going to hand, and maybe one or two calls not getting through because there's a bit of hesitation. But it's good to see the intent. It's there to attack. So, like I mentioned, I think we're in for a good one this evening.
Well, the set pieces remain important too. So we've seen the line-outs. Now we've got a scrum. And the Bulls a fair bit heavier than the Lions pack of forwards.
Five.
So David Creel standing on the blind side for the Bulls. That's a good tussle as well up against Edwil van der Merwe.
Yep, that's it.
I think all four of the wings really exciting. Kwena, Creel, Pienaar, van der Merwe, all electrifying. So let's hope they get to see a bit of ball.
So a couple of the Lions players who, of course, have previously played for the Bulls. One thinks of Jaco Versaghi immediately and Burger Woodendal.
Coach!
Coming back to the Union where they played. It's a great scrum that from the Lions, but they've been penalised.
Wheeling the scrum, number one, coming around.
They didn't earn the turn.
Coming around, not staying
straight. Just walked around, so the Bulls have... That's a victory for them.
Yeah, Steve Sitole that's been penalised. Looked like it was a nice strong scrum from the Lions initially. Obviously there was a little bit of illegal scrummaging from Steve Sitole. I think he was actually scrumming in, so that's what he was penalised for. Great pressure from the Lions though.
Wait for the ball.
Now Bismarck du Plessis to the front of the line out, but it's been stolen by the Lions.
Taken back.
Fun about. Tell you the two players that the Lions would dearly love to have had on their side today are the Shituku brothers, who've had such a good season, both Emmanuel and Vincent, and both injured sadly. Quan Horn, it's a fairly raking kick, well fielded by David Krill. Also not the smallest of guys, over 1.9 meters on the right wing. I think perhaps what the Bulls really want to do now is have a game. Horn's kicked down, James Veritian. Brings in Keegan Johannes. He's got to make sure he just puts everyone on side, which he's done. Beautifully plucked out of the air by Stian Pienaar.
Use 9.
Nothnagel standing off, waiting for it. Supported by his fellow players there. Attempted counter-ruck there from Bismarck du Plessis. It's one thing he's very good at too. Over the years, we've seen that from him, but they've managed to hold on to the possession. Yeah, the Lions.
Use 9.
Well, that's not the best of kicks one feels. Gone straight into touch.
Watch the ball, watch the ball.
Yeah, not the best play from the Lions. Was really well taken out of the air. Initially, much else for you to do besides put up that box kick, try compete for it, win it back. Unless you can feed that ball to Nothnagel, get quick ball from there, then you're able to attack again and get on the go.
Generally, I think the box kicks this year in South Africa from many of the scrum halves have been a little too short. You want them a little bit further on, and then you've got to have a good kick chase. Of course, the scrum halves spend a lot of time practicing those kicks. They don't want to look for excuses.
Number.
They're starting to get a little bit more ball now, are the Lions. Yasmala Ace.
Offside. Number 2, hold defense line offside.
Yeah, there's often a lot of criticism amongst the fans that there's too much kicking, and especially from the number 9s.
Thanks,
and I just agree with you there, Gavin. I think if the number 9s had to work on this time for your wing to get there to compete, I don't think those fans would be as unhappy. You know, when it's an aimless kick, maybe too short or too far, that's when the fans do get a bit irritated. So, yeah, if we can somehow, you just really need to get it the right distance to allow your wing to get there to compete.
In the interim, it's a great penalty kick right down to the corner. 5 meters out. Let the Bulls show what they've shown this season with a catch and drive from the line out. The Lions fully geared to defending this, but it's a good, excellent ball this for the Bulls. Out comes Bismarck du Plessis. Johannes, a little pop pass on that occasion to Jaco Labuschagne. Still they come. Reinhard Ludwig on this occasion. And then the first penalty is against Tusitoli. Quick take here from Marco Janssen van Vieren.
Yeah, big pressure coming on from the Vodacom Bulls.
Gotta go.
The Lions having to give away a couple of penalties just to make sure that they don't get a try scored against them. It's Horn that's the guilty party, part of the tackle, not a clear daylight. Tap and go for the Bulls.
Good quick delivery to Miller Ace. The ideal candidate to carry it forward, but some good defense from the Lions.
Tackle not out.
Still they come. The Lions managed to get over. And they'll be really pleased with their effort there. It's their captain, Lisa Koboka. And they, after not seeing a lot of possession in those early minutes, they've suddenly settled down and have got their first 5.
They've gone to that sort of move often this season, as well as last, the little tap and go 5 yards from the try line. And more often than not, they get the same result.
Thank you.
Great work from the pack of forwards, especially their skipper.
Thank you.
And onto the scoreboard, the Blue Bulls go. The Vodacom Bulls, I should say. in saying that obviously a lot of good work from the forwards, but that kick from the penalty, you mentioned it, Gav, from Mostert, putting it right into the corner, 5 yards from the try line.
Yeah, those are the things that define a team try.
Yes.
Contribution for more than just one. Same Mostert now with
I'll check for it. Thank you.
the attempted. Perfect. Straight as a dive then from Mostert, who at one stage was going to play for the Seattle Seawolves in the USA. I don't know what became of that, but it's good to know that he's back here, and he's still a youngster. He's only 22 years of age. There's a couple of 19-year-olds here too. Two of them are wearing the number 7 jersey today for the respective teams. So good to see the youngsters getting their opportunity. And you know, there's nothing better than maybe 4 or 5 Currie Cup games before the speed of the game and everything else that goes with it. There's one of them, Reinhard Ludwig.
Use line.
School just down the road here. And that's a bit, I was going to say a better kick. Maybe the fact that it went into touch is not a good thing, but perhaps it was just doing what you said just now, Butch, and that's just get it right. It doesn't have to necessarily go that high.
Yeah, that's exactly it, and that's where the frustration comes in.
Now, I think you've probably had your fair share of, like all of us that have played in that position before, at fly up, bit of forwards moaning at you.
Number 1.
It's always the best way to start the game, actually, from the kickoff. You kick it directly into touch, it gets them nice and angry, gets them ready for the game.
Bit of reverse psychology with it.
Yeah.
Ball,
No competition in that line out. Very, very competent play here from the Lions, carrying it forward, but they've gone to ground now. Everyone's lined up, including Rohan Venter. Van der Berg. That's the important thing, staying on your feet. Just that leg drive can help so much. That gets everyone on the front foot, and Ruben Skuman has been delivered with a present.
Yeah, what a wait initial maul from the line out. Had the advantage of a penalty, player in from the side. And then what I liked about this attack is that they varied it a little bit. So far, we've just seen the one-off runners, as we did in this case. And then this little dummy runner behind his back for Skuman, strolling over. He couldn't believe his luck at the huge gap he hit.
Yeah.
But good stuff from the Lions, like I said, varying their attack and changing things up a bit and back at level terms. If this one goes over from Hendrickse.
Well, he's had a good season with a boot too, has Jordan Hendrickse. So 7 points each it is.
And I've also enjoyed Van den Berg so far in this evening's game. He's been very lively at scrum off, keeping the defenders guessing just next to the rucks, sniping a little bit, then getting the pass away, or when it's ready to go.
That's another good kick there. It's pretty deep, but it's close to the touchline. And Quan Horn showing the benefit of having a left and right footer. Mostert, has he got that right? Perfect radar for him.
Yeah, 50-22 as well. Could be the Vodacom Bulls ball. It's a brilliant kick. I haven't seen a lot of Mostert, but enjoying what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
I think again just showing as well the immense talent that we do have in this country. Once it gets exposed, you know, and the opportunities are there, you see he'll grow in stature, you know, and if he remains, need I say, I think you'll see that him and a lot of, you could probably write a whole list of players that have benefited from the opportunities this year. Jaco Swanepoel making the calls in the... Now Bismarck again.
Conte's not rolling quick enough.
Miller Ace, difficult man to bring down. Koboko standing off, and then it's the little pop pass. No, it wasn't. He held on to it, Keegan Giannis. But once again, the Lions are under a lot of pressure, close to their line. Can somebody get over?
On the line!
Here it comes. Third time lucky there for the Bulls.
Yeah, and you might have heard it through the ref's mic there. Patience was the call
You guys can't
from
slide back
Johannes
with the ball.
to his
That's what
pack
you
of
do,
forwards.
okay?
And that certainly, I think it was Labuskachny that came centimetres as well. Oh, that was just a brilliant tackle by the Sigma Lions. I think it was Sangweni. And then Bismarck just finishing it off for the Vodacom Bulls. They've been really good, the Vodacom Bulls pack, especially with those pick and goes, getting a lot of meters from the pick and go.
Another 2 points then from Mostert, so they into double figures are the Blue Bulls.
Yeah, I think Fender's trying to get back, and then every pick and go, the ball came nice and quickly. It was pretty much impossible to defend that, especially so close to your try line. Quick ball, and the Bull.
Coach of the Sigma Lions today, Ivan van Rooyen, is not a man that gets very angry, but I don't think he'll be that happy with the fact that they've just scored a try and then they go and give away one themselves. When a team is very often at its most susceptible, just after they have scored points. Great take there from Janko Swanepoel.
Use line!
Johannes tied up against the touchline. Upward Kwan Horn. With both teams, haven't seen too much running rugby, but here it comes now. Verity Am into a bit of space.
Not held, not
Wasn't
tackled,
much
no.
room for Creel to move in on the right wing, so Verity Am held on to it.
No, leave it! Gave you a warning, Burger. That's quite cynical. Off your feet playing the ball. Gotta go. Yep.
Oh dear. Captain off the field.
Off your feet playing the ball.
Yeah, that's not ideal for the Sigma Lions. Skipper with the yellow card. But in saying that, was great attacking play from the Vodacom Bulls. We've been speaking a lot about the box kick, and that time it was a brilliant one from Johannes. Great take from Akwena, and then they took it wide. It was a good initial tackle from Sangweni again. He competed, but then
I wonder if he heard the referee saying, leave it. Because he just continued after that. If he did hear him, he should then have left it.
Yeah.
Because he knew a yellow card was possibly going to come.
and also when you know you're off your feet, you know there's no ways you can be playing that ball. So that's a real silly error.
As a result, they're immediately under pressure again, just 7 meters from their own line.
Yep, that's fine.
Swanepoel's catch. Now off they come. Yes, Creel. They found some space for him. Brilliant play that from the Bulls.
Yeah, just spoken up the Sigma Lions on their innovation on attack. But how about that little backline move, or back row move, I should say, from the back of the maul? Was awesome. Great take from Swanepoel. Edmund Gans, they're expecting him to get the ball, and Creel pops up in the gap, straight through. Brilliant stuff from the Vodacom Bulls. I just love those little mini 5 yards out. Everyone expecting the line-out drive. Mostert adds the 2. But there we go. 21-7 after 20 minutes. This is what we spoke about earlier, Gav. Just the confidence now for the Lions. They haven't had the best season so far now. 14 points down in 20 minutes. This will take a lot of mental strength for them to strike back here and get back on the scoreboard and back into this game.
Well, the Bulls have had now 55% of the possession. So the start of that first period of 20 minutes, it was pretty much all the Lions. But the Lions need more ball. They need to... We saw ball. Hendricks are going pretty deep too. There's a lot of tall timber in this Blue Bulls side. So people like Ronald Ludler bring down.
Get up, Ruben! 3, 2.
So that kick into the hands of Pinar. fact, it was Quan Horn. Yes, Pienaar. Well, it was with good intention, one feels, at that point in time.
You've got 2 knocks.
But again, it's just those little basic errors
First knock from White.
that are letting the Lions down when they do get possession. Not a great pass.
Yeah, exactly what you mentioned earlier, Gavin. They're not keeping the ball when they do have it. They're allowing the Bulls to have that possession and earning the penalties. So they really do have to keep possession, the Lions. So there was a lot of space just behind the defensive line of the Vodacom Bulls. Maybe a little chip over, a little grabber. Those mistakes creeping in now.
Jordan Hendrickse has a lot of inventiveness in his game, and he's the type of guy that can do that. We saw a perfect little chip and chase last night as well from Tim Swill of Western Province that led to a try. So often that's the most susceptible part of a team, is directly behind that first line of defense. Good work from Miller Ace. He was somewhat isolated, and that's why he's held on to the ball and conceded the penalty.
Yeah, he deserves a penalty, Sangweni. It's been really good for the Lions so far. Really trying his best and giving his all. Well, he has the chance for the Lions now. Nice kick from Jordan. Now, I don't know if he'll be too happy with that. Now he'll want it a little bit more, but they're on attack now. You heard the great stuff from Sangweni. And throwing his head on that wrong side on the field.
He's such a passionate player, Sibusiso Sangweni. He's like one of those real 80-minute guys, you know. He's got that look on his face as well, that grim look. And chasing the balls and doing his bit. That's the sort of work rate you want.
Yeah, that tackle on the try line was just amazing a bit earlier on.
Over the 15.
Out to the back of the line out to Franco Horn. Now, Van der Berg. Some good work there from Ruan Fenty as Jaco Fasaki.
It's fine.
Bismarck making a nuisance of himself there, and in fact winning the possession initially. Yeah, well, they're going to have to come back, unfortunately.
Unplayable, your ball. Yeah, ball was on.
Yeah, it would have been a nice race to watch that one.
And it went down.
Stedman Khans against Steen Pienaar. Two real speedsters. That ball was out. It was Horn that came in a bit late to try to secure the ball. Good work from Bismarck, but then it does get caught up, and then hence the Lions getting the feed to the scrum. In a good attacking position, must be said, right in the middle of the field. Go either side. Look at that.
And they've got a fair bit of power too to utilize, you know, with Simelane. Unfortunately, Burger Oudendal still off the park with a yellow card. And Steon Pienaar is a very strong runner, and we haven't seen anything of Edwin van der Merwe tonight. He's got pace, punches way above his weight.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen too much of Simelane either. Really exciting player.
Crouch!
So the Lions will want to get their hands into Simelane Pienaar.
Sit!
Well, all a little bit messy, but they've won the penalty.
Of the corner, yeah. Try get. They're going to take the points.
That sounded a little disappointing from you.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the action. It's been non-stop. So yeah, I would have loved them to go to the corner again. Yeah, they're just ball getting caught up in the lock's feet, not getting all the way back to Horn. Battling to get it out in time.
So distance not a problem for this man. He's got 1 out of 1 already. He's pretty much straight in front. Perfect view there from our camera team, and there it goes straight through the middle.
Yeah, great strike again from Hendrickse. Could pretty much do those with his eyes closed. Really talented fly off. And a lovely.
Now Van der Berg. Whoopsie. Oh, apologies.
That's fine.
For inferior language.
No.
There's a lot of passion out there as things stand at the moment. The Lions find themselves once again close to their goal line. Pretty much on most occasions they've actually been susceptible in this position.
Use it 9.
Quan Horn, he's a really good, of course he's actually a centre 3/4, and he's one of those guys that can play in any position, I imagine.
Yeah, such a benefit to have a right footer and a left footer in your team. Half that benefits the right footer, or do you think it's better for the left footer?
No, which I think you're spot on. It does, but it depends on your circumstances, where you are, what sort of ball there is, where everyone's positioned too, you know. And I think sometimes as well you have these guys that will come flying from the outside in, sort of in tackling on you, and if you're not in the right position, well, that could be problematic. But let's not forget there's a game on the go here right now. With the Bulls looking ever so dangerous. 21 points at the moment, 11-point lead. They'd like to stretch that too. Just waiting. Birger Woodendal will be on pretty shortly. So he's ready to come on, but he can only come on once play is halted.
Fine play on. First he was fine.
That score more tries. So quick tap and go now. Lisa Koboko. Oh, space opened up again, and they've got another try. Suddenly the spaces are opening up for them.
Yeah, the Bulls playing with huge intensity at the moment. When they're getting into that 22 of the Lions, they're upping the intensity. There it was, Bismarck du Plessis with a quick tap, wanting to speed things up. Look at those lovely little hands. That is just brilliant from Koboka. And good stuff from Swanepoel as well. He could have dived from the 22, he would have made it. But yeah, really impressive stuff so far from the Bulls.
Change of kicker, yeah. Keegan Johannes taking this conversion. Well, they keep up their 100% kicking record, do the Bulls.
Yeah, lovely little shift. Both defenders going in on Koboka, leaving that gap for Swanepoel, and he cruises over. It was Mostert just getting a little attention to his shoulder, hence he didn't take the kick. Also, he also deserves a try.
So the Bulls have a bonus point. He has potential trouble again.
All right. Yeah. And he made contact with the person in there as well. So I'm going to go to Christian and just clear that. Come off. Christy,
yes,
what we have on field is that he's not in a realistic position to contest for the ball, and he made contact with the guy in there.
Okay.
Can we just confirm the facts and see how he landed, please?
Yeah, well, he's just scored a try, Swanepoel, and does incredibly well here to get up nice and high. His 10 pin out, I don't think it was as bad as we saw in real time. He might still be in a little bit of trouble.
So, Christy, what I see is that he's not in a realistic position to contest for the ball. He makes contact with the person in the air. The guy lands on his back and side. Can you confirm the facts?
I agree with you, Toby.
All right. Well, yeah. It's unfortunate. He made contact with him in the air, lands on his back and side. Now, dangerous play.
Look, I think one of the important things that Stian Pino's got to remember is that he has a responsibility as the tackler, or the would-be tackler, of ensuring that that man doesn't come to grief on the ground. So the decision really is a law book decision. And unfortunately, it's another 10 minutes in the bin for a Lions player.
Yeah, just as they got Berger back onto the field, they've now lost another player. Yeah, I think it's pretty unlucky for Pienaar. Going for the ball.
Just like the protest came from Burger Oudendal too. Strong running there from Marco Janssen van Vieren. Swanepoel, much good work
Fine.
out from Johannes. Now Koboko. Good support play here from the Blue Bulls, the Vodacom Bulls. We've got to say, you'll see a man getting into position. There's someone on his tail all the time. Something the Lions haven't quite been able to accomplish in this match. Johannes. Now Mostert, Veritian, lovely hands. And a chance here for Creel. It's a great little grabber.
Yeah, that is just so entertaining. Brilliant stuff from the Vodacom Bulls. I'm sure they're going to have a little kick, a little look to see if that man was in front of the kicker. But let's hope that it's not, because that is just brilliant play from the Bulls.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, lovely hands from the back line. Good timing of the pass from Gans. Oh, I think he's going to be all right. Yeah, he's fine. That is just brilliant play from the Vodacom Bulls.
Griffin,
Yes, Christy.
the player was not in front, so you can stay with your on-field decision.
All right, thank you.
Well, they fully deserved that. It was a wonderful try. And the ability to use their backline in limited space was absolutely outstanding. Just the little pop passes there. And that's the support I was talking about just now, Butch. The support of the ball carrier has been exceptional.
It has been exceptional. There, it was Mokoena alongside Khanse. Either one of them could have scored that try. And don't forget that Mokoena's playing on the left wing. Great hands from them. But it was all started again, I must admit, from the forwards. Some good carries. Koboko in there involved again with a good carry. It was Swanepoel with the next one. And getting that go forward, getting the momentum, that allows you to move that ball wide.
Veritian with a catch. And it's a good enough kick as well. Gets them up to the halfway line. Decision making from the Vodacom Bulls has been pretty good this evening, but it's more their support play, I think, that's really contributed to the success of 5 tries.
Yeah, and also just the restarts from the Lions, not applying too much pressure onto the Vodacom Bulls, allowing them to get out of their territory pretty easily. You want a nice deep kick, good chase, put the pressure on the kicker, try to get this line out at least on the 10-meter line.
Skuman at the front. Van der Berg. Hendrikse. Now the charge.
Advantage. Not getting out quick enough.
It's a little bit more urgency, it seems, in the Lions from that line out, the ball that came through to them. Very little hesitation. But they come back for the penalty.
Number 6.
Under 5 minutes left before half-time.
Yeah, no decision making here for the Lions. This is a pretty simple one. Offside from the Vodacom Bulls. They certainly are fronting up on defense. And a little movement as well from the Lions out the back. Just a little ankle tap from Mostert, stopping it. There's a change already for the Vodacom Bulls. We mentioned that Mostert, and onto the field comes Bernard van der Linde. And I think it will be Keegan Johannes that shifts into number 10.
Now, I suppose they can play around a little bit. You know, Creel can play there too. They have a lot of versatility in their team, and perhaps also a lot of comfort at the moment with certainly the scoreline as it is, but scoreboard pressure can be forthcoming. Here comes Sangweni. Van der Berg. Satole.
And too slow. Offside and too slow to roll away.
Yet another penalty advantage.
Now
The Lions will settle for nothing less than at least a try in the second, in these closing.
Captain, you got a guy tackling out the ball there. Got a guy with no arms tackle here. And offside. That's a warning now. Okay, thank you.
Tackled without the ball.
Warning, the first warning.
Not the pleasant experience.
No, that's probably the worst. Yeah, so
I imagine it's a team warning too.
team warning.
Which means that the next transgression, that's
Probably a
serious
yellow,
enough.
yeah.
It could well be a yellow card, which might go to a relatively innocent party, or so they believe. Stian Pienaar, you saw in picture there, keeping the naughty chair warm. Now Jaco Visagie at the back. Can they get more and better go forward? The Lions, they're doing it pretty well at the moment. Visagie decides to break away. An opportunity to counter ruck. Again, keeping it tight amongst the forwards.
Stay on.
And the one thing the Bulls will make sure is that the Lions have good solid defense. But still they come, the Lions.
All right.
And it's so important for them to
Advantage 7.
get a
and
7-pointer here if they can to stay in this game. We've seen so many games of two halves in this year's Carling Currie Cup. So many things can change. Here's Odendaal, supported by Edward van der Merwe.
holding. Number 7 and 8. Number 7. 7.
Yellow card.
7.
There you go. Yeah, there's that innocent party. I know he's been offside, but he's been very well disciplined all game.
Scrum chosen.
And slightly offside, yellow card.
Well, there was a team warning. We spoke about it just now.
Thank you.
And there was Stian Pienaar discussing the merits and demerits of their yellow cards.
Yeah, so they've opted for the scrum. They went to the line out to the maul, and it was well defended by the Vodacom Bulls. So let's see what the Lions do now on attack. They're missing a flanker, the Vodacom Bulls, or are they going to attack close to the scrum? And try isolate the backs. They've actually moved.
Any info that side?
I think it's Marco Jans van Rensburg. He's moved on to the flank. It's always quite entertaining. Not too sure where to bind. So obviously they can afford to put Marco in on the flank because they do have Stian. So the backline should be matching up.
Come like Sevens rugby at the back there, but nevertheless, we just heard the hooter, so it's all or nothing for the Lions right now.
Sit!
Great scrum from them as they take it forward. Search for the try. Some good work from Franco Horn, but some good counter work from the Bulls.
All away. All away. Tackle it all away.
It's going to be another penalty. What do they do here, Butch? Is it going to be a scrum? Tap and go?
Brilliant scrum from the
What do you guys want? What are you going to do? Scrum.
Now they've gone back to it. Always pretty risky, and the Bulls might feel like they were under a lot of pressure there and want to maybe return the favor with 30 seconds of a huge effort to maybe get the turnover, get the penalty.
Well, Marco Jansen van Vieren would enjoy a dominant scrum from the Bulls. Got something to talk about, hasn't he?
Yeah, he would claim it.
Incredible feat. Incredible feat. Crouch! You guys are already on an angle.
Does that
we can't scrum like
final
that.
warning for the team now fall away?
No.
Or are the Bulls still under a bit of pressure? You know, players not rolling away. Another penalty like that, could they lose another player?
Well, I'm they're after it. I say minor, being offside, you know. But I think it would have to be something a little bit more chronic, and that's
more
don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Crouch!
You just don't want to lose another man, you know. I mean, as it is. Cards spoil the game, sadly, and to be a 15-15. But again, it's a great scrum this from the Lions. Horn was held up. Here comes Hendrikse. Up and over they'll go. Good reward for them too from Burger Odendaal.
Yeah, I thought that might have been pretty close to being a penalty try. It was a huge scrum from the Sigma Lions. Great stuff from their pack now. I thought it had all broken down once the scrum had disintegrated. Brilliantly,
Jordan.
goes down the blind, draws the player, and sends his captain over for the Lions' second try.
No, I think the ball was out there. I thought the ball was out
Well,
there.
that'll take some sting out of any criticism in the dressing room at halftime from the coaching staff.
Who you get that talking to?
And Hendricks with the additional 2 points. Referee's halftime whistle goes then. And it's been such an interesting first half. Those men there in blue scoring 5 glorious tries to the 2 from the Lions. And perhaps we can expect much in the second half. But halftime here at Loftus, Bulls 35, Lions 17.
Lights out, W series, he's on right leg straight ahead. Oh, look at this, there's a change in the lead. And there's the move.
Head down and get up to the car in front.
Brilliant victory in the wet for Emma Kimmerleinen. This is W series.
Tomorrow's champions are inspired by today's, but they can only be what they can see. That's why Sky brings you more strength, skill, and courage. And not just on the pitch, but all over the game plan too.
This is what we've been waiting for.
See the rise, see the potential, see history being made, see the possible.
A perfect planet.
New to BBC Earth. Sir David Attenborough's A Perfect Planet. Thursdays 9:25 on BBC Earth.
Oh, they're neck and neck. Contact. He's off. This race is far from over.
Oh my goodness. These athletes are absolute champions.
Round 10 continues today with the Tactics Steel, followed by Pulse Stars, live Sky Sport 2.
Welcome back, y'all. Yeah. Let's go.
Here we go.
You bring the hype, we bring the flair. Woo! It's the power of the Pacific. DHL Super Rugby.
It's halftime at Loftus Versfeld, and it's Vodacom Bulls who are dominating in that first half against the Sigma Lions. It's 35-17 in favour of the hosts. It's been quite a one-sided, two to the Lions and then 1 to the Bulls as well. But you're still in your World of Champions. Thanks for joining up. This is round 11 of the Currie Cup. John Smith is still with me. Quite a first half from the Bulls.
It's been quite a first half, I think, in general. Yeah, a great performance. I think it was... they needed a strong start, the Lions, and it actually reversed. So a try early on for the Bulls really just made all the difference. And I think it was pressure. The Vodacom Bulls just kept on with the pressure. The thing that stood out for me in that first half, Katu, was every time the Vodacom Bulls got into the 22, got into that red zone, they put points on the board. They either scored a try or they got the penalty. And it just the scoreboard pressure and momentum just kept on ticking. And if we look at where the Lions, the only real area that all the pressures come is really got a huge, beautiful piece of meat in Dylan Smith, who's come back to South Africa, but he is a loose head by trade.
Yes, which is quite interesting.
And he's been transferring to tight head, so that process will go. But look, the Lions, anyone expected such a convincing performance and very clinical, especially in the Sigma Lions' 22 in terms of finishing off. And
Lizo Kulboka, I know you've been saying he's been as well.
And look at Lizo in terms of his leadership around the fact that he's been in that Springbok setup. Bismarck's been unbelievably accurate. Their set piece is in the lineouts has been phenomenal. A little short pass off the back of a lineout on a dummy drive. So it's been quite electric, quite clinical from the Bulls, and you can see that there's a tendency on that set piece.
Another player that you mentioned throughout that first half, well, David Kittle as well with that try, is Janku Swanepoel, who's probably the most experienced URC player in terms of the current season in the side, and it's showing.
It does show, and I think what the beauty of the balance of this Vodacom Bulls side is that you've got these youngsters, and it's a pity to see the flower half go down with a shoulder, but he also a fantastic first 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the balance of bringing the future of this team, into the fray, and they're playing against a very handy URC Sigma Lions team, and they're doing so quite well currently.
It's frustrating, obviously, I think, from the Lions side, because this is their senior team, basically, bar the Tsutsuka brothers. But just quickly, what would you be saying to them at halftime?
I think for the Vodacom Bulls, it's pretty much keep going, keep the pressure, stick to playing territory, get into that 20 more territory, and worry less about position, but really get into that 22. They've been quite useful on the line-out drive, but they need points early in the second half, and discipline. They had 2 yellow cards at the wrong time in that first quarter, and it's hurt them as well. So discipline, territory, and points early.
You can't do that against the Bulls, to give away, or be undisciplined, I guess. So let's see what they do in the second half. Sigma Lions up against the Vodacom Bulls. It's the Bulls who are on the lead. You can hear the crowd getting behind their team. Let's see what happens in the next 40.
One city, one venue, 19 games of women's T20. Fairbreak Invitational T20, live on Sky Sport.
I'm comedian Nikki Glazer. I recently moved back to my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri.
Wait, Nikki, don't you have an apartment?
Yours is better, okay? He is going to show you the real me, the glitz, the glamour.
How do you like to make us feel uncomfortable?
Wait, I forget how you wear it.
Oh, boy.
Your struggle to find a boyfriend?
I love you.
Now you're slowly turning into your mother?
No, I'm not. Oh, God. Watch my show.
Welcome home, Nikki Glazer, Wednesday at 8:30, only on E!
Tomorrow's champions are inspired by today's, but they can only be what they can see. That's why Sky, more speed, more courage.
Oh my goodness.
And not just on the pitch, you'll see it behind the scenes. See the rise. See the potential. See history being made. See the possible.
Aussie rules for a reason.
6 of the best, picture perfect.
On Sky Sport.
Drivers, start your engine.
It's the Indy 500.
The whole world was watching the Indy 500.
Our 2 flying Kiwi sport.
Help me up, never let it fall. Help me roll like an animal. Back to the moon. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my goodness.
Every single game live on Sky Sport.
Y'all know what time it is. Time for you and your team to answer the call.
Oh, what a game we have on our hands.
Who's taking the talents to the finals? DHL Super Rugby Pacific.
Oh, welcome back here to Loftus Versfeld. And here's a quick recall on another 2 from the Lions. Really made it quite a spectacle, and such good work as well from Janko Swanepoel, the number 5 lock for the Bulls. Some favourable bounces too for Stedman Gans on that occasion. And that meant that at halftime the Bulls are up by 35 points to 17. Which, James, are we going to see a game of 2 halves?
Well, let's hope so, because it's been a really entertaining game so far. I know the Lions are trailing by quite a number of points, but it has been an entertaining game, and I think it'll make it even more entertaining if the Lions can somehow bounce back, get 2 early tries now at the start of the second half, and then we've got a game again at them in the lead in that regard. But let's see how the Lions do bounce back. Maybe a stern talking to at halftime from Cash van Rooyen will get them going, and let's see how the second half pans out. Like I said, a really...
Yep, well, maybe the Lions also, 2 yellow cards during the course of that first half probably didn't help their cause at all. Con Horn making sure of his touch finder, hasn't gained a huge amount of territory.
Yeah, deep kick-off from Johannes. Moved in now to the fly-off position. Juan Mostert had left the field for a shoulder injury. So, nice deep kick-off from him, and that's what I'm talking about. The Lions not really clearing their lines. They're now on the defensive with the Bulls in a good attacking position.
It's time to catch there from Renaud Ritz.
One stop!
And at the back, Bismarck du Plessis trying to find some go forward. They're going to have to end up. Well, Stedman Gans trying to find his way around on that occasion. No real room for him to move. Out from Bernard van der Linde. He's had such a good season with Tuckies in the Varsity Cup. And finally, it's good news, a little bit of good news for the Sigma Lions, that they do have a penalty, and I'm sure Jordan Hendrickson can take them.
Yeah, that was good defense from the Lions. Coming up in one line, making their tackles, allowing the ball stealers to get over the ball, to compete, slow the ball down. And in this case, to get a steal, it's Jaco Fasaki.
Pienaar back on the park after getting that yellow card.
Yeah, we had 3 yellow cards in that first half.
Yep, Reinhard Ludwig is the sole remaining player.
Come.
This is better from the Lions. And the Bulls have got to make sure they don't collapse that more, but out it comes. Now the quick change of direction, quick pass. Hendrickson done really well here. Fobs off a couple of tackles. We've seen so little of Similani in this game, and one thing the Bulls did show as well, and there's a knock-on, which is an untimely mistake that for the Lions. But what the Vodacom Bulls have shown is when they get into this position, they get points.
Yeah, and they also up there. And just watching that little mistake from the Lions, let's also compliment the Bulls on their skill level. Their skill level has been really good. Their handling, the catching and passing especially has been really, really good. Seen the forwards getting involved a lot with the catching and passing, not just trucking it up with one-off runners. They're varying their play. Little tip pass from Kaboka earlier on for the try. So I've been really impressed with the skill level, whereas the Lions still, those small little mistakes just creeping in and almost stunting their attack.
Crouch!
Also wonderful to see, you saw it in picture just now, all the young kids that are out here enjoying the rugby.
Sit! That side, down.
Probably saying to himself,
do you know
when's this all going to end?
What am I doing out here?
What am I doing here?
All right. Get that left side strong.
So Reinhard Ludwig is making sure that he stays warm. So he's out of his naughty chair, just doing some stretching.
Sit!
So interesting to see who they may be thinking of taking off.
Pick him back.
Now Johannes straight down the middle of the park onto Stian Pienaar. Strong runner, Stian Pienaar. The Bulls are certainly getting numbers to the breakdown point too, which is important for them. They're either slowing the ball down, or if they're lucky enough, winning some of them too.
It's not in the way.
Van der Berg. Hendrikse. He went down there. That ball just shot out on the side of the Vodacom Bulls. Stedman Khan's penalised.
Yeah, he looked a bit shocked as well, as most rugby players are when they get penalised. So, yeah, maybe that ball did just squeeze out, but that's a little bit better from the Lions. Hendrikse taking it nice and flat, and
he's on his way
that is the change. Similani being replaced by Van Wyk.
Well, it's a straight centre for centre swap. Henko van Wyk, one of the many Monument High boys, former Monument High boys in this Lions team. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them. Also a prodigious young talent, very highly spoken of when he was still in his formative years as a centre 3/4. But there's danger time now, and the Bulls looking to get out of it. Not enough pressure coming from the Lions. Oh, Van der Linde. So it's a pretty good exit that from the Bulls. Their loss factor is someone's down on the park at the moment.
Been outstanding for them tonight. Putting his hand up for a man of the match performance, that's for sure. He just tracked back after that ball was tapped from the line out. Regathered it through a couple of dummies.
All right.
And unfortunately, taken a knock somewhere.
Yeah, it's a small cut for blood, yeah. Small cut for blood, yeah.
Yeah, good competing from the Vodacom Bulls. There's their skipper, Walker. It's been outstanding.
All right.
Gets back up.
All right.
Oh, there we go. It's just a knee to the head from Dreyer.
Stop.
Coincidentally, the man he's scrumming against.
Keep it open.
So maybe not so accidental. No, only joking. It was a rugby. Yes, the Lions back on attack.
Some great running there as well from Ron Venter. Now they take it out wide. Yazid van der Merwe keeping a few players busy. Those strong carries there, and we've seen that from Ron Venter on occasions, taking it over the advantage line. And they don't want to have a disjoin. Once they do that, they need players close in support. Again, Venter taking it up. He and Franco Horn have done a really good job in that respect.
9 in the way.
Good on Jordan Hendrikse there too. He really had to do a little bit of fighting to hold on to that.
Yeah, he did. He's a real physical fly-off. Doesn't mind carrying the ball himself.
Oh, yeah, they want to run quickly. They want to run it. The pass, sadly, from Henko van Wyk didn't go to hand, but went into touch in goal.
Yeah, lovely. That's better from the line. Speeding the play up, lifting the intensity. Oh, that's outstanding. It's the replacement scrum off Bernard van der Linde, as well as David Creel, yeah. Yeah, I like that from Henko van Wyk, just backing himself, going for the corner.
No, they were just about running out of space as well, so
yeah,
he really had to do that, yeah. But again, it's a lost opportunity to the reliable Muller ace. Van der Linde. Keegan Johannes. It's a very good kick that from the scrum half. That's not that far.
Great line out from Bismarck du Plessis, trusting his ability. Nice long ball. Oh, that is just brilliant defense from the Vodacom Bulls. And look at that passion from David Creel. They're 35-17 up, and look at that passion after making a try-saving tackle.
There's a lot of competition for places in South African rugby teams. You know, you really want to show your worth. David Creel not always a first choice.
More in the
Take
5.
from Ruben Skuman.
Squeeze.
One stop.
And they want to keep it in motion too, of course. Out from Van der Berg. Woodendal through the half tackle. Yes, Van der Merwe.
6. Number 6, you're off your feet, slowing the ball down. Stay on your feet.
So penalty count mounting for the Bulls. That's 11 penalties against the 7 to the Lions.
Have a chat with the next one.
Yeah, they've certainly upped their tempo, the Lions, in the second half. Much better stuff from them.
Yep.
That's why the Bulls, and in particular, it was Labuskaghni trying to slow that ball down. Lions playing too quickly, getting quick ruck ball.
Who's captain now?
So it's that man's job to make sure it's slow.
Who's captain? Leaders off. Penalties are mounting up in your 22 at the breakdowns. Get the discipline better, please, okay? That's a warning for your team, okay? Yes. Time is off.
So Bismarck du Plessis has asked for an opportunity.
I will check for that.
We're back to 15 versus 15. The words from Bismarck du Plessis, who's not the captain of the team, but he's assumed that captaincy role with Lisa Koboko off at the moment with a cut above the eye. And the Lions desperate to get some points on the board here in the second half. Fasahi just held up short. Well, it's going to be another yellow card.
Just spoke to you now. Not releasing out of your feet.
Gets a yellow card.
Scrum chosen.
Yeah, it was a team warning just before that line out. Yeah, not too many happy faces there on that Lions bench.
6.
But they've got a great opportunity now to add to that 17 points.
So Sydney Tobias comes on, son of Errol Tobias, to assume the role of hooker.
Let's go set up.
Well, Bismarck du Plessis is in the sin bin.
Yeah, and it's Labuskaghni who's the unfortunate.
You just got on.
Oh,
straight into a scrum.
Not always easy.
Fine. Sit.
And it's not uncontested either. There go the Lions. Kept in field. Yes, Edward van der Merwe. Oh.
Penalty. No.
It's going to be another penalty.
Not staying straight.
Yeah, another hugely dominant scrum from the Sigma Lions.
Just too far out for me.
Was wondering if they were going to get the penalty there for that scrum. Steve Sitole, great scrum from him, as well as Ruan Dreyer and Jaco Fasahi all in the front row. 8 versus 7, of course. I'd go for another scrum. I think another big scrum like that and penalised it could well be a penalty try.
So will we see a surprise tactic? I doubt it. I think they're going to just scrum as hard and as well as they can, the Lions.
Fine.
Yeah, they've now added Van Vuren to the side of the scrum, so it's 8 on 8.
And once again, it's a good scrum from the Lions. Van der Berg does well to pick up. Then they've gone and messed things around. So, well, again, that scrum deliberately wheeled. The Bull.
Front rows.
Who's the captain now?
All right. You got to stay square in the scrum. When the pressure comes, you guys are turning the scrum, okay? So front row, you got to work hard on that, okay? Stay square in the scrum, okay? Can we work on that? Okay. Thank you.
The penalty came about.
Yeah, it's great pressure from the Lions, dominating the scrum again. Vodacom Bulls not able to take that pressure.
go, Kelly. One big one. Let's go.
It's quite amazing too if one considers that we've seen no points yet in the second half. But look at those last 10 penalties conceded. Wow.
Good call.
All of them belonging to the Vodacom Bulls. Could we get another one? Let's have a look at this scrum. See what happens this time round. Can they shove them over the line?
I didn't get stability from both of you on bind. Yep. Yeah, I didn't get stability from both of you. Get control on the bind, okay? I couldn't go over to set.
Which, if you're watching this, you might have an assumption that this is an extremely tight game and the Lions are dominating it. Yet the scoreboard is telling it
a fair in the first half. But the Lions have been a bit better the second half and probably do have the upper hand if you had to go on just the second half.
Let's go, boy.
Sit! Stay square!
Well, it's almost a carbon copy of the last one that we saw, but can they get over? Yep, they can. It's try number 3 then for the Sigma Lions.
Yeah, they deserve a rest. That pack of forwards. Great work from them again. Horn does well to control it. Good footwork from him. And then the good little pick and go, well, a good little pickup.
Guys, give me advice.
To get the try.
What's the best option when the scrum turns like that? Give me advice, gents.
Vision goes over. And another try from the Lions. We've got a game.
All right. Thank you.
Well, he struck the ball beautifully this evening. And once again, but not quite straight enough. You're right what you said earlier, Butchie really has got a lovely kicking style.
Yes, effortless.
You can actually close your eyes and just listen to it. You know?
Yeah, it certainly does strike the ball lovely. And that's also quite lovely to see a big scrum from the Sigma Lions. Now that's Dylan Smith. He's made his way off the field. You heard John Smith mention at half-time. Usually a loose head, so plying his trade now at
downfield from Kwan Horn. And beautifully intertouched. It's another fairly lengthy kick forwards that have spent 55 minutes running around the field. And they know that they can go forward. They're a happy bunch of campers. They certainly are.
Yeah, much better clearance from the Lions. And they seem to have their tails up now.
Sydney Tobias with the throw. And he played for Zebra in Italy for a while too, and has played for 6 different provinces. It's short of game time, but he's throwing in and the line out is accurate. Like a lighthouse in the middle as they look to go forward once again. Good play this from the Bulls. Out it comes Van der Linde. Now Janssen van Vieren. Leonard Ludwig pleased to be back on the park once again after that yellow card.
Slow, tackless.
The Bulls happy to just keep the physicality going and win whatever penalties might come their way or opportunities, maybe even a little bit wider. And the only thing
it also looks like they've lost their attacking shape a little bit. A lot of one-off runners there in that little passage of play. Maybe a little bit tired as well. A few guys stretching the muscles now, a bit of cramp setting in. So I think both of the benches.
Well, Ruben Skuman, one of them down at the moment, and Reinhard Rutz, 2 lock forwards. They can take their time. There's another 34 seconds in which they can lie flat on their back. Keegan Johannes taking the penalty. Well, that's another very good kick from Keegan Johannes.
Yeah, and he's also slotted in at the number 10 position pretty easily as well. Certainly doesn't look out of place.
In fact, not at all. He's organised himself pretty well. It's a huge deep kick onto Ludwig.
That was a great kick from Jordan Hendrickse. Nice and deep. So much goes into that deep kickoff like that, putting a bit of pressure on the Vodacom Bulls, and now you've got an attacking line out on the 22, and a lot of that can be put down to that great kick from Hendrickse.
Important line out this for the Lions. They decide to go to the front, safety first. Out there comes Sangweni, now Burger Woodendahl. Made valuable meters there. Van der Berg, the long pass. Oh, the space has opened up. It became a canyon.
Yeah, great stuff from the Lions. Started off from their captain, Burger Woodendahl, runs a lovely line at the back of the line out. And then nice quick ball. And that ball from Nothnagel is just incredible. The big man delaying the pass, letting the defender go past, and then putting his flav through Hendrickse. Great stuff from the Lions. The difference in this Lions team in the second half has certainly been big. The intensity and the pace that they've played this game has certainly been very different to that first half.
Well, it's another clean strike, but not straight enough. There's we see a couple of guys, Jaco Labuschagne, and that was the finishing touches then for Jordan Hendrickse, who failed to convert his try. But that was try number 4 for the Lions, so they've got a bonus point for what that's worth.
Time on the clock.
Well, if the Lions can show that they can score next, especially if it is a try too, I think we've really got a game in our hands. But they've got to make sure that the Vodacom Bulls don't get a try and stretch their lead. But part of the activity would be to try and get out of your half of the field, play some territory, slowly work it downfield.
Never on your feet and no clear release.
Ruan Venter with another carry. We haven't spoken him up enough this evening. He's been outstanding for the Lions. Carried the ball really well. He's a big young man, and really physical. So he's... It might have been Marco Jans van Vuren who was offside there.
Well, you mentioned Ruan Venter. I mean, you know, he's just 19 years of age. He's nearly 2 meters, and he's playing at blindside flank tonight, and showing, you know, his ability to carry the ball up really, really strong. That's changed for the Lions, for the Bulls rather. Looks like Labuschagne come off. We'll pick up on that now. Shorter line out. Here comes Woodendahl. Van der Berg, the Lions, they really do look a lot busier now with a...
Yeah, their tails are up. That's for sure. I'm just trying to get my Afrikaans back in order there to try read that side.
Well, I think what they're saying is no crayfish up here, but there's a lot of brandy. It does look like schoolboys to me. So short line out again for the Bulls. Perfect and perfectly read too. Here comes Miller Ace. Tell you what, Jaco Vasaki's made a lot of tackles tonight for the... Oh dear. Oh dearie me.
Knock on.
Little knock on there from Marco Jansen van Vuren.
No, guys, It's a scrum knock on.
Pressure that he's applying.
Yeah, they were onside. Let's
When
go scrum, please.
they're in that position, you're having to keep your eye on the ball to make sure that you catch it.
Okay,
But you also got one eye on that opposition that's bearing down on you, as Vandenberg did. And
yeah, rugby can be a cruel game at times. The Bulls are flying at half-time. Things going really well for them.
Crouch! Point! Set!
Great field position here for Monet for the back. A great scrum once again. Well, they're going to start it again. This time the Bulls not penalised at scrum time.
yeah, it was a better scrum from them, especially on Walker's side.
He's got blood. Same eye again.
I think that cut above the eye is bleeding again. He's going to have to get that strapped up. Just probably putting a bit of Vaseline on there. They're going to have to get a bit of strapping on there. When you're in that scrum, there's so much pressure sometimes, so that blood is just going to be pouring out of any wound on your head.
No, they fixed the blood. Let's play on.
So we've got a bit of a break then while they wait.
Yeah, so scrum went up on the mark and he said Lions ball. Time back on.
So what's the direction that the Lions are going? I sense they're going to go left. They've got Steon Pienaar standing behind his fly half. He's the sort of guy you want. That they've done. There's the run around. Yes, Pienaar, but he's brilliantly tackled as well by Stedman Krantz. But they come out and it's the same man again with the ball in hand. Desperate defense, and it's been knocked on. Well, it's all happening here. A bit of basketball too, and referee is probably going to blow up for a knock-on, or the last ball that was lost forward by the Lions.
Yeah, and it is that man who so deserves a try.
Knock on.
Ruan Venter. Good initial carry, just reaches out to try and get that ball down. Yeah.
Stop.
So another change then for the Lions with Jaco Versaghi in the hooker position. Yeah, I tell you what, Jaco Versaghi has had one of his better games.
Great game.
Yeah. Very active, very busy.
You want to check that? Okay, time off. All right, Kirsty, I got a knock on from me. So my outfield decision is not a try. Can we just check and clear the facts, please?
Okay, we'll put it up for you.
Thank you.
So Venter with a charge for the line, and held up by Verity Am. Is a
Now look, if they're looking at this high tackle from David Creel,
mitigating factor first of all with the position of the man.
No downward pressure.
Well, the key thing here is separation between hand and ball, and that definitely is a knock-on. And they picked it up, and it's good that they just double-check those things too.
And also, I mean, we did see that the tackle looked a bit high, but there's nothing else David Creel could do, you know. It was Venter ducking down nice and low, so there was nowhere else really for David Creel to make contact. So I think that's all in all been well reffed, and the right outcome has come from it.
Please, let's focus on the scrum.
Come on, let's go.
Crouch.
Follow me, boys.
Fine.
So Van der Linde has got Janssen van Vuren flat on the dry line. Those first tackles, which takes all the pressure off the Bulls.
Use
Van der Linde can now dictate what he...
Well, again, that's a really good exit from the Vodacom Bulls. Good carry from Muller Ace. And you're quite right there, Gavin. You need to make those tackles, put the pressure on, stay on side, don't give the penalty away. Put the pressure on like we saw Vandenberg putting on Jans van Rensburg a bit earlier. Sorry, Jans van Vuren a bit earlier. Get them to make the mistake or get them to make a poor kick, and then you right on attack again.
So PJ Buddha with his first throw in the line out.
In the 5.
There's an almighty tussle going on up front between these two packs of forwards.
Number 2, collapsing him.
Now Van der Berg. And that pass going was looking for the reverse pass.
Yeah, he's looking to come inside.
Which I think one thing that's really important for both these teams right now is we don't want to see any more yellow cards in this game.
True.
At this point in time, a yellow card now means 14 men for just about the rest of the game.
Yep. I think if one of the teams did happen to give away a yellow card, I think that would be their chances gone.
Yep. Okay.
I think Butch James is a gambling man.
Can you check the odds there quickly?
Well, again, it's a good line in too. And then they want to try and get that going forward. Well, they've done really well here. Can they keep it going?
No. Get out.
PJ Buddha with the ball at the back. Charges. Well, it's a great defensive effort that from the Vodacom Bulls once again.
Stop playing advantage.
Now it goes the other way. And again, it's millimeters from that try line. Now Sangweni. Surely someone wants a little bit of support. Gets it, but can't make it to the line.
Advantage of side. Has it on the line.
Good support coming from Ruan Dreyer, but still, it's great defense from the Bulls.
Still playing advantage.
Still, they've held on to it. Have the Lions. A hard-working Ruan Venter once again. And it's going to be another penalty.
That's amazing defense from the Vodacom Bulls. I just think that the Lions, with those pick and goes, they're slowing it down too much. You need to have 1, 2, 3 quick pick and goes and not allow the defense to set and get in place.
And offside here again. That's a warning again.
Oh, there's the warning.
I've got to deal with it, okay? Talk to your team.
Another team warning also coming onto the park.
All right.
So he'll be in the front row there.
So we can continue without you.
For the Lions. No, if Satoli is feeling 100.
Yeah, so Bismarck collapse, playing the man in the line out, and offside at the goal line. Thanks.
Oh, well, this is not good news. And he's going to be helped off. Injuries really are a real bugbear for coaches these days.
Yeah, and he's been so strong in the scrum for the Sigma Lions. So here's a big loss for them.
Okay.
Although 70 minutes probably is a little bit tired now. So some fresh legs on. They might go for the scrum. No, they...
Darren Kanya, of course, is a big fellow.
No!
Getting some good work there from Ruan Venter.
No!
Charging for the line. Have they got it down? Yeah.
He also deserves a try. I'm sure they'll have a little look at it. There's a few complaints from the Vodacom Bulls, a bit of obstruction.
I was happy there was a player in a position to tackle him.
But much better. This is what I'm talking about. Nice quick rucks, quick ball. Nah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, that looks pretty clean. That. You just look at the power and the strength of this. He's really got so much to offer in 80 minutes to a rugby team. Sibisiso Sangweni. He scored a penalty in the second half. Lions with 3 tries. And now a conversion. Game on.
Yeah, game on, that's for sure. And the Lions with their team, their tails up. Well, could be a few changes for these final 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, so Ruben Skuman is going to leave the park. And Jared Ken's on in his place. Keegan Johannes. Well, for a man that's moved into the fly-off position from scrum half, that's not a bad kick in either. Again, we see a lot of good activity. Ruan Fenter and Franco Horn have done so much work. Vodacom Bulls will be very happy with their defense. They've made life very difficult for the Lions. Johannes Veritian enjoys running with it. Takes the shortest route. Go your way sometimes, and it certainly has done so for the Lions in the second half.
Yeah, it was a good exit from the Lions, and Tlabakanye with a brilliant carry, getting well over the advantage line. Nice deep kick from Jordan Hendrickse. Good kick chase, and then brave stuff from Morne Vandenberg, getting down, getting the steal.
It does beg the question, would this have been your call or a kick for the corner?
I would have gone corner. Tails up. Definitely corner.
Because he has worked out that 2 penalties could do the trick for them too. And if they start strumming against the Vodacom Bulls, win another penalty. But he's got to get this one over. It's dead straight. Brilliant kick that from Hendrickse. It really is game on here.
Look at this after the scoreline at halftime. But what a game. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I sense that the Bulls really want to get their hands on some ball. They're really having to do most of the defending right now. They haven't really been able to play with the ball much. The Lions really have grown in stature. Whichever way this game goes, they'll show what they're worth. Safe boot of Quan Horn makes sure of things for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't go to the carbon copy of their previous exit. Give it to Jordan Hendrickse. And Tlabakanye had another good carry. Give it to halfway line, even maybe past. So, in saying that, they still have cleared their line, but it does give the Bulls opportunity to waste a few minutes, maybe go for the line-out maul, try run the clock down a little bit. Only 4 minutes to go.
The danger, of course, is if the Bulls, that would be extremely difficult for the Lions to catch up with. That could be the intention of trying to dominate territory for these last 4 minutes or so. And the Bulls have always looked beautiful inside. Now, can Creel go in his own? No, he can't. It's the long pass. This could be a try. It could have been a match-winning try, but it's been taken away. And yeah, from inside, you'll never see something like that again. That's giving the opposition a try and the victory on a platter.
Now we've seen it all this evening, that's for sure. Yeah, I just thought that the Bulls, they were trying to run the clock down. It was just too long to keep going with the little pops and the pick and goes. And they went for the little break with Bernard van der Linde, and then the inside ball. I think it was David Creel who made the initial break.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was. And a lovely pass over the top to Mokoena, who I thought had maybe to get the, and then that just that one last offload to Richard Creel.
Thank you.
It all started from his brother.
Well, I'd forgotten to give that Christmas present to David Krill, so there we go. Yeah, well, these things happen in the game of rugby, and sadly it has happened here and probably kiboshed any effort of the Lions to win this match, especially if this conversion goes over. Which it hasn't done, so still got a game in our hands.
Yeah, lovely ball over the top from Creel. That was a long pass, 30-40 meters. And Vake was there to clean up, shrugged off one defender, and then that defender got the ball.
Like that in a rugby match before, I must say.
Knock on.
Amazing. Now we'll come back for the scrum down, but just have a look at that clock. It's winding down quickly.
Yeah, and the Lions will be kicking themselves. I mean, we spoke about it before the game started, Gavin, just how important that first 20 minutes, and in this case, that first 40 minutes, you know. The Bulls had a good start, put those tries, those points on the board. That little bit of doubt crept in with the Lions, and yeah, it's a little bit too little too late, unfortunately, for them. They really did have a brilliant second half.
Well, they'll be pleased as well with the fact that they
great
scored.
Effort.
Yep, 20 points in the second half that they've scored. They denied the Bulls scoring points up until now. Again, they're just having the ball through a few phases. They could suddenly ignite something. It's another strong scrum from the Lions.
On the night of side, no.
Everyone looking at the one to waste the time. On the clock down, the hoot in the background. Johannes into touch. And the sweating for Gert Smal can stop. They've managed to win this game, which was really just an incredible effort from both sides, one's got to say. You've got to give them both credit for a spectacular game that gave us over, well, what was it, about a dozen tries, Butch James, and some excellent play.
Yeah, it was. We were expecting a really exciting game, and that was one of the best games I've seen all season, that's for sure. And just outstanding play from both teams. A lot of effort when the Lions were coming.
Score then here from Loftus Versfeld is the Bulls 43, Lions 37.
This is South NB.